to explore and how things work out. And okay.
Really stoked to have you. Thanks so much for bringing some art in for Halloween Draw Jam. And I say we get started jamming. Let's if you guys don't already have your Magma screens up and open and ready to go, we can go ahead and look at that. I'm sure some of you have dual screens, so you can see both and whatever. Yeah, we're Xencelabs. We're the new pen tablet company on the market. We wanted to do some fun stuff with artists and bring people together because the art community is everything to us here at Xencelabs. So that's why we decided to do Halloween Draw Jam, and we've got Carlos Mendoza III here, and he is going to bring us into Magma Studio to draw some awesome stuff. So, Carlos, take it away.
Awesome. Welcome, everybody. I appreciate being here, and I can't wait to see what we all come up with. So I'll just get started. I'm just gonna oops. I'm just gonna doodle something real quick just to kind of see where we.
What are we starting with over here? We've got oh, those are his arms and that's his body. That's creepy. I'm scared already.
Wow. I gotta learn how to even use this. Let's see.
We can
Oh, I see.
We can always pick a section and start drawing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in this area here, so you guys can jump in anytime.
Oh, cool.
Go ahead and start. If you want to start drawing and doodling, I have no idea what I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna watch you guys for a second. He's got bat wings.
Figure out how this app works. Oops.
Yeah, and you can add a bunch of layers down there if you need them.
Let's see.
And there's different paint brushes on the left-hand side. And so for anybody who's watching here on YouTube, we are using Magma Studio, which is an awesome application that you can use to draw and communicate with other people. It's got a chat function. You can actually talk on here as well. We're using Zoom so that you guys can see our faces on YouTube. But this is a really cool collaborative drawing app that you can use for work or for fun, or to do awesome Halloween draw jams like this, like we're doing here. So I'm gonna chat in here and make sure that our other Inked Insomnia says, "Hey Carlos, nice to see you." So
hello.
Y'all say hello from Magma Studio.
Yeah, so this is what I'm thinking, just like some crazy demon baby. Give him a cool belly button.
Whoa, what we got going on down there in the corner?
I figure that I was going to try to do some multi-headed something or other, kind of go a little creepier than I normally do. Because
okay, we're into the multi-headed things. Our
yeah.
draw jam on yesterday had some multi-headed creepy guys as well. Oh, I see.
Oh, that was so much fun.
I know, that big pumpkin thing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, for anybody on YouTube who didn't watch that, that was our Halloween jam session with Kristen Garland. That was at noon yesterday. So go back into the Halloween Draw Jam playlist on YouTube and check it out because it's hilarious. And see what we created. We made Papa Pumpkin. He's got squid arms and all sorts of weird stuff. We also had a Halloween Draw Jam yesterday evening with Joe Gray and a bunch of really incredible artists. One who works with Carlos actually over at Spirit Halloween, Dan, and he was in there too, and we drew all of these really cool guys throwing stuff into the like cauldron, and we had a cool witch over in the corner pouring potions in, and some sweet stuff in the background and a clock, and so check out our Instagram at Xencelabs_US, and you'll get to see that when we post it as well, and all of the artists who contributed. So really excited to see that. What are we starting in the middle? I love it. Everyone went to their respective corners. It seems like we've got some shy people in here, like me, who hasn't even started yet because I don't know what to do.
I'm just stressed because I'm up against these like fabulous artists. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this.
Are we saving some space for the middle or something?
Got to do a creature though, right? So,
Guys, are we saving some space for someone in the middle? Or
no.
can I take it?
You can draw wherever you want.
I didn't want to do it now.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
So we're drawing a bunch of creatures. Are they all here for a reason? Is this like a monster party or?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, give us a prompt. What do you think?
Good.
Yeah, they're all there just to kind of raise the dead. There's some tombstones.
Like a little party hat on.
Little party. That is cool.
Oh gosh, of course I've got like the thickest one, the thickest brush. I need to chill.
I don't know, I'm trying to figure out how you.
How do I see you guys' stuff? I'm only seeing mine right now.
If you
you
zoom out,
Smaller.
Oh, I'm not in the middle. Oh, that's fine.
A pirate zombie, top left. I think that's what's going on. I'm enjoying watching this.
I'm trying to make an octopus guy or squid. I don't know.
Squid in there, we like that.
It's just
Oof.
shading is weird. Okay. Bearing with me.
let's see here.
Do you got anything going on in that top corner? Can I draw a spooky tree? That's probably all I can do. Like I
Draw us a spooky. Yeah, draw a spooky tree.
That's all I
Those
got.
are the best.
Well, hopefully. I mean, I wouldn't want to see one in person, but you know, I mean, it might help. Let me get my little thing a little smaller. Spooky tree coming in. Hot. Oh dear. So Carlos, what are you? Do you do anything to celebrate Halloween, or what do you think? What are you doing?
I'm actually just kind of taking it easy. We're just gonna hopefully get the trick-or-treaters over and pass out candy, dress up, and spook some people.
Ooh, that's nice. Do you decorate your entire house?
This year we did actually. We actually went a little bit nuts. But
Oh, you gotta share pictures with us.
yeah, this is our first year in the East Coast. Not actually second year in the East Coast without COVID. So
Right.
we're excited to see all the new trick-or-treaters coming out and, you know, just like having some fun with them and stuff. So last year it was semi okay. There was still people kind of reserved to go out, but But this year, I'm sure we're going to see some really fun costumes, some really good stuff out there. So who knows? I mean, the weather's going to probably be a little chilly, but I don't think that's going to stop anybody really. So we're excited. We're excited for this year.
I think it snowed here one year. It actually was snowing on Halloween.
Wow, that's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, a couple of years back. It was creepy, but it was the nightmare before Halloween or Christmas, right?
Yeah, that sounds kind of fun. I don't know if I've ever had a Halloween that was snowed in.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Maybe though.
Were people even out trick-or-treating?
The little ones stayed in. I think they did a little thing for the little ones, but no, not much. And they redid another little Halloween like a couple days later.
That's cool.
That's so great. Yeah, I know with my kids, they last year was just kind of crazy because there's things were just kind of shut down. And so then we were like, oh no, we're gonna have to, try to really make up for it, whatever. Well, apparently everybody had the same idea, and they came home with huge bags of candy from like every relative we went to. I'm like,
that's awesome.
I mean, I could have just I was like, this is basically if I went and bought like 5 bags of candy from the store and just gave it to my kids. I was like, this is crazy.
I think everybody just wanted to get like from here in town, like they had all those like shoots of candy or they were flinging them at kids. They wouldn't go close to them, but like they still did something. So it was nice.
That's cool.
Wasn't as crazy, but
it's kind of neat when people start getting into the spirit of it. Just people just start like dressing up, decorating their home. It's just like a different vibe. It just than normal routine.
Yeah.
Nice to see people on the rooftop putting their lights up, and it's not Christmas, but just their lights or Halloween lights up.
It's still. I feel like Halloween like sets the mood for the rest of the season. Yeah,
get all your spookies out.
Get your spookies out.
And you want like happy, nice things. Well, some people maybe not.
Halloween's one of my favorites, though. You can just have fun, scare people.
You're like, it's just like I like to scare people, but this time of year it's acceptable.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, because it brings you back to that kind of like kid mentality again, just.
So Vishwas, do you celebrate Halloween in India? I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, recently, there are due to this social media and all those things. Yeah, the people have started celebrating, and not really not from a history as such, because I know America and Europe has a history of celebrating Halloween from long back period, especially Germany and all the Oktoberfest and all. So, but in India, nothing much is there with respect to that. But yeah, people are slowly focusing on and adopting all Western culture and experiencing different things and trying out different stuff and all. So yeah, a tiny bit of celebration is still there. Yeah.
Kind of cool. That's neat to hear.
It is cool.
Halloween's a fun.
I like it.
I mean, it's just for fun. I mean, at this point,
Yeah.
We're not all celebrating All Hallows Eve. Some perhaps, though.
Are you going to dress up and for any parties or anything? Like, are you going as is, or you got a different costume for Halloween?
Okay, so costume wise, there won't be any costume kind of party as such. Only in Comic Cons and all, we just try to go with all Halloween costume and also especially in the occasion where in which we get to dress like for cosplay and all those things in Comic Con. So that's all. Especially like in Indian tradition, there are situations wherein it like mythological characters are there, right? So like Ramayana and Mahabharata. So basically things from that will be adopted and that will be done as a cosplay also. So
Oh,
that
nice.
will be like Indians will have a lot of festivals in this thing. So in every festival, different god and demons will be dressed like that, and all these kind of small plays will be there to help the children understand the concept behind all this mythology and all. Yeah, that thing is there.
That's interesting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. It's kind of neat to see other cultures like and their their history of like whatever their like old traditions and stuff that are still kind of present in the new culture, the new generations to kind of pass those things on. It's pretty cool. Some generations don't get to see or hear any of the old, you know what I mean? It's like it's kind of neat to see other cultures celebrate
Yeah.
stuff.
And Carlos, what's your favorite horror movie?
I would say probably Freddy Krueger movies are probably my favorite. Only because he's such a fun character. Like he's really just very theatrical and silly, and he doesn't take himself too serious. I think is what kind of appeals to me. Like I really dig that. And yeah, I mean, I can enjoy him with my wife because I know she doesn't really like Freddy Krueger.
She doesn't.
Yeah, she understands the silliness of it, so I get away with it. You know what I mean? So I get to watch horror movies, but he's such a fun character. I think the Freddy Krueger movies are probably my favorite.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so much so that I'm tattooed on my arm.
Oh, nice. I got bumped out there for a second.
Oh, sorry. I wondered what happened to you, Hannah. You kind of disappeared.
Yeah, I think internet thing.
Oh, maybe it's a Halloween spooky thing. They're like, haha,
I know, I was making fun of scaring people, and then I was like, everything went dead. I was like, oh, oops.
Yeah, careful now.
I know.
The ghosts
Spirit Halloween coming after me. Yeah.
Hannah, I'm sure you've got a good favorite Halloween movie. What is your favorite Halloween movie?
I mean, I like a lot of the animated stuff. So, like Tim Burton's always my favorite. All his stuff is fun. But I'm like crazy in my family. I'm the one who likes to sit up at night and watch scary stuff. My husband actually hates it. And Halloween's like one of my favorite holidays where he's more like, he'd rather watch Elf. And I'm just like, American Horror Stories. Like everybody goes to sleep and I'm like, yeah, let's watch it. I don't know.
I used to kind of like scary stories, and I think now I'm at the point where I'm like, I can't be watching that. Like I'm gonna have nightmares, you guys.
I just find it. I just get so jazzed by the creativity of it,
Yeah.
And then all the animation that they put into it and the design. Like to me, that's just so cool. And the creativity. Like people's minds are nuts. Like it's cool.
Oh yeah.
And then like I like to pick apart, like I'll slow it down and kind of look at the different pieces, like how did they create that? Or was it like a 3D model, or how did they sketch that, and what was the concept from behind it? I just think that's just so cool. Look at creatures.
No, I get so focused on my weird tree that I'm drawing. Like, what is the point of that? But I forgot to look down. I was like, oh my
What
gosh.
do you mean? It looks great.
Thank you.
That is insane. Your monster. I'm gonna throw some evil rain squid stuff on you. I'm gonna start reaching.
Yeah, you gotta ink him.
Yeah.
You made me ink, like in that.
Oh yeah, that was from what was that?
That Nemo movie.
Nemo.
Is that what it was? Finding Dory. Or no, that's the wrong.
Nemo.
Finding
Yeah, that's the same
Yeah.
Dory thing.
Finding Dory. Didn't they make that? They made it like a
Yeah, her
another
own
one, right?
animation.
Yeah.
Mhm. Did you guys see the new like Buzz Lightyear movie from Pixar? They're making Buzz into like a real person.
Oh, really?
Oh wow.
Yeah. It was all the stuff came out yesterday. I was like, wow. I guess it was like the life before they made him a toy.
Oh. Of like the actual guy?
Yeah.
Because
He was
in the Toy Story world, Buzz Lightyear is a real human being.
That's what it looks like. I mean, it was just the initial short, like showing the movie. So it looks like he was a real person once upon a time. And he was a space guy.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I thought it was a really great concept.
I mean, yeah, toys are made with that kind of thing. I mean,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like that. All right, I'm interested. You've captured my attention.
Yeah, and then there was a little part in it where he sees his spacesuit, but it's not like, that plastic thing. It's like a real spacesuit. It's really cool. I mean, I love the whole concept behind it.
That's great. Oh my gosh, your demon looks so good.
I know. Isn't that insane?
I love this cool. I assume that's Siren Art down there in the corner drawing that cool, like, I don't know what she's putting on its head, like a raccoon. Little raccoon
wow, yeah.
on the elf's head. That's super sweet. I'm gonna try and my tablet just died. I gotta plug this guy in. I didn't get that to work. I'm over here trying to draw with a mouse. This is a mistake. You can't be drawing.
No, you're not allowed to draw with the mouse. That's not allowed.
Well, no, it died for a second, and so I was like, we just gotta go for it, and I just figured it out. We're good now. I was like, this is so difficult. You guys seriously don't draw with mice, because I just tried, and it was really hard. You should be drawing with Xencelabs.
Do not draw with mice. Rats maybe, but not mice.
Yeah,
Not mice.
Just they're a little smarter. They kind of know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just like full of dad jokes that are like ready to slip out at any moment in time.
We love it. We love it. Do you have any pre-made ones? I got. Let me see. I have one. I have a good pirate joke. If anybody wants a pirate joke.
Okay.
I'm a little afraid.
Are you afraid? I wish I had a joke to come back with that. I think I might need Casey's help, but.
I got a good pirate one too. Go for it.
Okay. All right. So, how much does a pirate earring cost?
How much?
A buccaneer.
Ah.
That's not good.
I didn't say it was good, but I have one.
No.
Oh, all right. Well, I didn't win any points there. All right. Your turn.
All right. It's a little long and drawn out, but okay. So this is my go-to joke, and it actually got me in trouble with my wife because I told it to my son. It's not bad at all, but it's just kind of funny. And anyway, so there's a pirate, Scourge of the Seven Seas. Every ship that he came across, they would fight and they would win the battle, And so guy in the crow's nest, he's looking out and he's like, Captain, one Navy ship approaches. Bring me my red shirt. And so they bring him his red shirt and they go off to battle and they win gloriously. Okay, so a week passes. Guy in the crow's nest again. Captain, 2 Navy ships approach. Bring me my red shirt. So they bring him his red shirt and he goes off to battle and they win gloriously. And the guy in the crow's nest is just like shocked. He's like, how is he doing this? So he goes, Captain, how is it that every time we go into battle, we always win? He goes, well, I ask you to bring me my red shirt. So if I were to get cut, you don't see that I bleed, and it raises the morale because they think I'm invincible. I go, oh, brilliant. So several weeks pass and guy in the crow's nest again, he goes, Captain, 5 Navy ships approach. And he goes, bring me my brown pants.
Oh. Oh.
My son loved it. My wife didn't.
My son would love that one.
Surprised or angry? We're quite happy.
My son was, my son was happy to hear it, and he was like, okay. He repeated it a couple times. I'm like, son, you gotta stop repeating it because I'm in trouble for it. There was a little bit of surprise, like, what? How do you know that? And I'm like, I was a boy. I know these things.
How old's your son?
He is 7, and I love him so much. He is a follower. So if somebody else is doing something that they're not supposed to, he's like, I'm in. I'm like, stop. Please don't do that anymore. But yeah, he's so great. And I have my daughter just adores him, and she is 5. So she's just like I can talk. She likes me. I mean, sure, I get like a Father's Day card, and that's awesome. But if like if there was a Brother's Day, we'd be celebrating it all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she loves him so much. It's great.
That's awesome. My kids are like teens now, so they're just like, yeah, whatever. Like my son, he, like, God forbid he says something. It's like, how's your day? Meh. Yeah. Okay. Good. Sorry.
I get that now sometimes. I'm like,
oh, you
so
do?
What you do today? Yeah, and they're like, eh. I'm like, what do you mean, eh? I haven't seen you for like how long now? Since 8 a.m. What did you do today? Just like,
nothing. You did nothing all day? No. And then at like 10 o'clock at night, Mom, can you help me with homework? Seriously?
I thought you didn't do anything.
He's asking me to like Spanish. I'm like, I can understand, but I can't help you with it. I took French and I don't even remember that. I got through it.
You're like, your paper is going to be submitted in French.
No, like one of my best friends, she's from Puerto Rico. And so I'm like, Michelle, help me. Like 10 o'clock at night. She's like, I'm asleep. I'm like, I know, but I don't do the Spanish. You do. Help me. Help me. I want them to learn. So I think it's so smart to learn more than one language.
Oh, yeah.
I learned a little bit of Icelandic because my mother was from Iceland, but like that gets you nowhere.
That is so cool. And you're right. Like,
it gets you nowhere. Like I can understand it, but like, where do you ever use that? The original Viking North language is like useless. Except for like when you're watching Vikings. I was like, I understood what he said. He said, kill them.
Kill them, yes.
That was about, I was like, I was like, oh, I can understand this.
That's so great. So you are Icelandic?
I'm a half-breed. My mother was from Iceland. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I've got lots and lots of cousins. I think half of Iceland I'm related to. They actually, since we're going there, they actually have like a database that you can track and make sure you're not dating your own cousin.
Wow.
True story.
That's
True story.
awesome.
Very, like, they actually check.
That's great.
Yeah. It is. You don't know.
Wow.
I think they're
Yeah,
up to
people
300,000 people there now.
That's it?
Yeah, it was 200. I mean, they're moving along. There's lots of people now moving, like tourists and people actually have moved there.
That's crazy. Yeah, my family's from Sweden, and so
nice.
yeah, supposedly we had some distant Viking relatives that made their way to Iceland.
I'm sure.
But it's like, I mean, yeah, exactly. They're like, it's funny because I'm like, well, who are we related to? They're like, oh, there was like a Swedish king, and there was possibly some Vikings, and maybe Eric the Red, but we're not going to talk about that. I'm like, what? Why not talk about? Cool. They're like, no, we're not associating with them. So I'm like,
because to Sweden people, like, but the Icelanders were like the bad guys, right? They were like the rejects that were sent off to live in Iceland in the harsh lands,
right?
Volcanoes. But they were the ones from like Norway and Sweden that were sent to live,
which is
away from civilization.
Which is slightly unfair, but then at the same time you go, Iceland's kind of cool. like, like, all right, fine. Like, no, don't send me off to the really awesome place.
Well, I don't know if it was so awesome back then, right? So just growing food, or it's all volcanic, right? So they do a lot of hydroponic stuff now and growing things.
Yeah, I would love to visit there. That place just looks so wonderful.
It looks beautiful in pictures for sure.
It is fun.
And aren't there like a lot of or at least like one giant like they have like the spas that are like the outdoor mineral water?
Yeah, so majority of the little towns there all have they all have like a pool for the town, and it's mostly thermal waters because it's on a volcanic island, so everything's like naturally heated.
That's so awesome.
But then Blue Lagoon is like the tourist place, but there's Mivant up in the north, and like there's all sorts of like natural pools and places you can go. It is pretty cool.
Have you gone there recently?
I was supposed to go last year. We go every 2 years just so keep in touch with my family. But not COVID. And then that volcano has been erupting near Keflavik, the airport. So I'm just like, I was telling my husband, I'm like, I think I'm gonna just go for like Christmas time and just go see the volcano. And it's funny, I've had people like, is your family okay, the volcano? And then there's like my 70-year-old aunt hiking on the side of the volcano with my cousins and her grandkids, and they're like, hey, smiling. Like, they're fine. They're good.
That's great.
Great. Wow, that's so cool. You guys are so good.
Oh, I love your three-headed guy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He's having a party. He's at the zombie party.
Yeah, I was trying to add some. I'm like, what does he need for his hand? I'm like, he needs like. I was trying to work on like some sort of weird. I don't know what I'm doing with this one over here. I have no idea. Let's get rid of this.
I'm having a hard time with the tools, like just trying to figure out how to. Oh, there's a paint.
Let's get rid of this arm. Oh, I know.
Oh my God, that three-headed thing's awesome. Scary though. Oh, look at the little raccoon.
I know, I love the raccoon guy. And our cool devil, like Frankenstein. That's sweet.
Let's kind of give him
Mine looks like a DB Cooper suspect photo.
That's awesome.
multiple arms. He needs. Oh, you know what he needs.
In case if you don't know, DB Cooper is a person who vanished with a lot of money back in 1920s, 30s.
Yeah, they actually
Oh, yeah.
they had a cool documentary on him. I really enjoyed it. It's pretty cool. But they also they mentioned him on the Loki series too. That it was Loki the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys watch Loki at all? Did you guys watch any of it?
I did. Yeah.
Mm, I started to, and then so many other things to like watch, and I'm like, when am I going to get back to this? Yeah, Loki was great. Oh, and then of course, like, well, all the stuff for that they were doing on Disney, like Loki and like the Winter Soldier, and
Yeah.
it's just like you sit there and you go,
Nice.
wow, this is so great. Like, where you're like, dude, the story of like how Falcon's becoming like Captain America, or like kind of like the almost like the replacement of, and you're just like,
Yeah,
like,
they
"Ooh."
did a great job.
And then of course WandaVision.
I loved when I first saw it. My son's like, check this out. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, I did not understand the beginning of it at all.
Yeah, and then I was like, that looks like Bewitched.
Yeah.
Or that looks like, and then as you go through it, you're like, you see all the like old school TV shows, and you're like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Once they hit the Brady Bunch, you're like, oh.
As much as I want to color this, I also must leave.
That's okay. I'll color it for you.
So sad. That I would love that. Do anything you want to it, because it is like it's yours now. He showed up for the monster party.
I love it. Thanks so much for joining us, Casey.
Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
As always, these are so amazing. What a great idea. The fact that you guys put this together and got like incredible artists, I just really appreciate it.
You're an incredible artist too, so thanks for popping in.
Yes.
Thank you, and then hopefully I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see you next time, Casey.
All right.
Bye, Casey.
Bye.
Right, YouTube, don't cry because we lost Casey. We like him a lot. Clearly.
Somebody's gonna make a scary face on my pumpkin.
Right?
You know you have ADHD when?
Oh, that's what you're drawing over there. I was wondering what that was going to be. I just saw a little orange thing and I was like, who drew that pumpkin there? It's amazing.
I was like, but I need a scary face on it. Because it has to, oh, I know what to do. Wait, how do you zoom in?
There's a little zoom button up at the top left, or at the top on the very top.
Oh, I
or
see.
I think you can pull it too, if that works easier for you.
Oops.
And you can do the Control Z or whatever to undo, so that makes it a little easier. For the most part, it's intuitive. I was trying to draw rocks over here. Apparently, I don't know what I drew over there. They don't look like rocks.
Oh, I was drawing so small. Now if like you zoom in, it's easier.
I know. I think that's my problem. Well, and I'm the one who's sharing the screen for YouTube. So if I zoom in, then they can't see anything anymore. And so I figured, they can kind of. I'll get it sorted out so that when we start doing this more often, maybe I'll have it up on a different browser. That's probably what I'll do, and then they can watch on that one, and I can draw on another one. We're learning one step at a time. This is new for us. So.
Yep. How often do you guys plan on doing this?
We were trying to talk about once a week, or every other week or something, and doing a different artist every time, and whoever's available, and opening it up. So it's open for discussion, because honestly, I mean, it's a new idea and we're really enjoying it. So
This is a lot of fun.
Whoever thought this is a great idea. Like, collaborative artwork on a single thing.
Yeah, we saw this at Lightbox Expo. And the Magma guys, they were using this application. It was just really fun.
We thought the concept was really neat because we were like, yes, of course we want to draw with other people anytime that we can do that. And it's so, I mean, it's so rare, I think, for artists to do something together. You know, you have someone who colors it in, or you have someone who does XYZ, or like just the props or just the whatever in the background. And I mean, that happens even in here, like for me, for example. But you know, it's just fun to see what other people create. And
It's true. Yeah. You don't really get the chance to draw with people like this anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
No,
you just like, you're in your own world, you do your own thing, and then. But this is kind of cool because you can like literally have any conversation about anything, and then just enjoy the, you know, the creative process here. Just kind of doodle and.
it's very relaxing.
Yep. Yeah, it's very peaceful.
I know I found in a lot of these sessions too, you know, it depends on who's in it. Because some people really like to chit chat with each other, but sometimes, you know, you get really into it and then you like forget that you're supposed to be talking with other people and engaging and having
right now. I think you're describing me right now. I'm so into this right now. I'm like, oh, this is fun. What is this color? What is that color?
right? And that's, I mean, whatever, that's fine. It happens. We're all kind of doing our own thing, and some people like to talk and draw, and some people don't. And that's fine.
I love this. This is really fun. It's just takes me away from my regular day.
Right? I know. So we'll have to do a poll, I think. Maybe, I don't know how many folks are on there. Shannon's the one who's running our YouTube section, but maybe we can run a poll on there and run a poll on Instagram and try to see, like, I don't know, what time people like. It seemed like noon on Wednesdays was a popular time. You know, to just like we'd maybe have to cut it back because we can't every Wednesday be taking like 2 hours to draw or whatever. But it's kind of, I mean, it's so often, I think, in all jobs and, you know, especially creative ones, is you get going and then you're focused, you don't take a nap, you don't eat, and you don't think, and you just you just get going. And so, you know, maybe if it's like a little midday, like a lunch hour kind of thing, like take a break, draw for 30 minutes, pop out, draw something else.
So you guys are all digital artists only, is it? Like you draw conventional arts also, or like how is it?
I don't.
Yeah, I mean, are you talking about like professionally or just for fun?
Just for fun, like the pen and paper and normal paint and watercolor, those kind of things. Real.
Yeah, like just traditional. I do. I mean, I do a lot of like traditional sketching. I like doing that a lot. It's very peaceful. I enjoy it.
Awesome.
And I don't touch watercolor or anything like that because I'm too lazy to clean up after. So I don't. That's why I stopped tattooing too, because I felt like all the cleanup I have to do and the setting up and the prepping. So I'm just kind of lazy that way. I just like to just digital in and out, and I don't have to wash my hands. I don't have to clean up after myself. But yeah, I really like seeing traditional stuff. A lot of my like my work is based off traditional art. So my digital work is influenced a lot by traditional art, which is kind of what I enjoy doing. But I don't do any of the other medias like oil painting or which I should try it, but I mean I just can't find the time to really sit down and get into it. Do you paint? Do you do traditional?
Yeah, I am a traditional. This is my first digital art.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Okay, I just got the tab today, the week one. So I just started out, and just for this, I bought a tab, the week basic one, and just starting it out. Yeah.
It's funny. You should try the Xencelabs tablet.
Okay, sure.
Really good. Huh, girls?
Yeah, it was on out of stock kind of thing in Amazon here, so I had to go for whichever was available. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I'm doing this Inktober thing for like like month long sketching and all. So I'm posting that on my Instagram.
That's cool.
So
Yeah, traditional is a lot of fun.
yeah,
Siren Arts said, what does she write? Something.
Yeah, she said she, because she's not on our Zoom call, so she can't hear us. So I've been, when there's something interesting, I pop in there on the chat, and you guys are welcome to as well. I asked what her medium of choice is, and she said she especially likes character design, and she's kind of studying the fundamentals in digital art right now, so that she can apply it to concept art. And she asked what we all do, and so. I'm gonna say, hang on now. Well, I guess y'all can answer in there. Y'all got your own chat boxes. I'm not gonna answer for you.
No, I can't. I'm drawing. I'm in
drawing.
sales and
Okay,
marketing
well, y'all.
for Xencelabs.
Yeah, I do a lot of digital work. So my work is basically all digital. That's my medium of choice. Again, but if I do traditional, I just love just using like blue lead pencil for my sketches. And I tend to be a little bit more like cleaner when I like to finish my work. So a lot of my sketches look a lot more polished than rough sketches, just because I just like to give it more of an illustrative look to it. So yeah, I would say probably just traditional pencil and sketchbook stuff is my second choice next to digital. And what I do for a living,
Sorry, guys.
it's okay.
He obviously draws for a living.
Yeah, that's all. So yeah, so for a living, it's like
okay.
I draw for Spirit Halloween. I draw monsters and I do a lot of the animatronic designs and also weapons, masks. So I get to do a lot of like work, stuff like that, tombstone designs. You pretty much name it, I get to pretty much touch it. And my team also does amazing work as well. And they do a lot of the cool props, and it's just very, very fun job. It's really cool. It's not even a job. I don't know why I called it that. It's like really just like
Cool. Like,
environment is cool. Yeah.
I'm an engineer, so I work at a company and we make these network equipments, all radio equipments, 4G, 5G devices.
Oh, cool. How long have you been doing that?
It's been 4 years since I graduated. So yeah, I'm a hardware engineer, so we make all hardware stuff.
That's cool.
Oh, nice.
It's fun to get to see, that there's so many different, ways that people, use art or do art for fun. It doesn't have to be your day job. It could be your, something that you like to do afterwards, or, not at all. You could be like me, who does not do this. And I'm trying. I'm doing my best.
Me neither. I don't do this for a living.
But it's the thing is like you can have fun, and there's no judgment. It's not a contest. It's not a race who finished first, whose art was best. It's just art is art.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it too, is that you can just be expressive with it and just do your thing. Whatever's in your brain just comes out in your art and your creativity.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah, they say like one picture is of around 1,000-page book, like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. By the time I master this, though, like we'll have to go and be like, no. Like, wait a minute, I finally figured out how to use this part.
Full of serendipitous experiences. Like, you'll just do something and it'll work out like something, and you'll end up doing something else and you'll learn something.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it sounds like the YouTube folks like afternoons best. So our next thing that we got to do, we got to have it in the afternoon. Now we know.
That's cool.
Okay.
We'll keep that in mind, YouTube. We will remember you, and we will
Yes.
do some more art in the afternoon.
Oh, did you do a poll?
Yeah, Shannon's in there chatting up the
nice.
YouTube world.
Nice. DaCosta didn't come in, did he? I guess he was busy. He was doing Adobe Max stuff today.
Yeah, we had some really fun times. Did you watch that Imagine Dragons live stream, Hannah? Did you get to pop in on that?
I didn't. I had a meeting, unfortunately.
Yeah, I had it like playing on in the background or whatever. They had Imagine Dragons at live streaming for Adobe Max, which was really cool. So today's the last day, and we're gonna be very sad that it's over because Adobe Max has been really fun.
It's so different that it's, virtual.
Right. I mean, obviously, I haven't been to the non-virtual version, but I think they've done a pretty good job with bringing it online.
Yeah, they did. There were some hiccups with that application, though.
Yeah.
I was in with Costa, and we couldn't see who the other people were in there, and he was getting some chats. He had some cool robot stuff.
Oh yeah, I really wanted to join that. That sounded so cool.
It was nice.
So Siren Art is from Spain. I just found that out. I don't know if you guys are seeing
Oh,
that.
nice.
But
they can't hear us, or they can?
no, they can't hear us because we're on Zoom right now. We can talk into this, which actually I don't know if they could hear it through my microphone, hearing us all talking. I don't know that. Maybe I should try. I was worried it would echo, and so I didn't want to. But they said they were busy. Oh, I just remembered I had makeup on. I always want to like itch my face, and I can't. So I'm just gonna, do like a little cat scratch behind the ear.
That's so funny. Cat scratch.
I was yesterday I was dressed up like a witch because that was I only have 2 costumes here. My costume box is missing a little bit right now, so I don't have the full amount. I'm kind of done drawing the ground. I think. Well, I'm not. I'm not done. I've decided I'm not done. I need a. Oh, I have heard of Andalusia. That's amazing. I love, the only reason I've heard of that is that the Alchemist book.
Oh.
Have you read The Alchemist? Has anybody read that here?
What's it about?
Oh, what's it about? Sorry, I'm typing and I'm I'm typing at the same time. The Alchemist is, oh gosh, how do I describe it? It's such an incredible book. It's really short too, so it's a quick read. It's about a shepherd who has a dream under this tree, and goes on an adventure essentially to like fulfill his dream. He had a dream that he'd like, it's mildly spiritual in like, it's just about fate, and he has this dream and he decides to like sell all of his sheep and go off on this adventure to try and find treasure in the Egyptian pyramids, which he'd never heard of before, you know, and nobody knows what they are. And but he's going to go there, and he goes to Africa, and like all of his money gets stolen, and all these things happen, and he goes and he gets a job, and he learns how to speak the language, and then, you know, and just lives out his purpose. You know, one of my favorite quotes from that book is that, you know, it's not a direct quote, it's, you know, a paraphrase, but essentially, you know, when you are working towards your dreams, when you are pursuing your dreams, the whole world is fueled by that, right? So the whole world conspires to bring those dreams to life.
Where'd you hear book? Is it an old book?
It's an older book. It's I don't know why I'm not blanking on the gentleman's name who wrote it right now. I'm going to look it up because we have internet. I can't even remember it. I don't know why I'm Paulo Coelho. I'm gonna butcher that, but he's a Brazilian author. It was published in 1988. It's originally in Portuguese, actually.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, the story starts out in Andalusia, in Spain, and he travels to Africa.
I haven't read a book in a while. It's been a while.
Yeah, I haven't either.
No.
I love to read. I'm like 9 books deep into the Wheel of Time series. So, which I listen to on audiobook, mostly, which I absolutely love. And if anybody is looking for a good like time killer kind of thing, audiobooks are such a good thing to have on in the background. You can learn, you know, you can learn Spanish, you can learn whatever. So I really love listening to audiobooks when I'm doing stuff. And the Wheel of Time, they have 2 different narrators, and so they'll talk and play different characters, and they have different voices for every character. It's really good. I love the Wheel of Time series. I just read some other dragon book. I read Dune many years ago. And that movie just came out, and it's so good.
I tried learning Italian through audiobooks before, like when we were doing the COVID, you know, the lockdown or whatever. And right now I was being so good at it, and then I just gave up. I was like, well, I don't know if I'm going to talk to anybody that would understand, or you know what I mean. I just was like, when am I learning this? And I just gave up. But it was fun. I mean, I thought it was kind of neat that I was, you know, had access to another language, but I didn't finish it. I should have just continued with that.
I like listening to books. I don't do it as much as I did. They're great for like driving in the car. not as much for other things. I'm determined to draw this whole bottom thing. So it's going to happen.
I can't figure out how to move this back over to the other side of my green thing. Creature.
Move what?
The eyeball. Like I'm stuck on one side. Oh, there we go. There we go. I think I got it. I was literally stuck. Like, how do I fix that?
Let's kick Siren Art out. I was trying to find the chat box. Sorry about that. Oh dear Lord. There we go. I actually pulled something up.
Yes, he said it is the most beautiful country in the world in the book. right, now I can fix my messiness.
Oh, wait, there we go. Do we have little birds? Is that what we've got flying out of her little nest? Oh wait, Siren Art can't hear me. I hate that. I wonder if I can try this little voice thingy. I don't know if, Siren Art, I decided to try this voice box on here. It does work. Sometimes it cuts out. I don't know if you'll be able to hear other people through my microphone. I guess
Who's drawing the one with the raccoon on the head?
that's Siren Art.
Oh,
She's
that's pretty cool.
right, isn't it awesome? She's from Spain.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
She's the one in the chat box. If you want to chat, there's a little
Mhm.
chat box. Because she doesn't have the voice on, I assume, unless she can hear me through this. I'm not sure. But there's a little chat box down there by the layers, and you can say hi if you want. Oh, her family is sleeping. That's okay. Then I'll turn it off.
Yeah. I love that this is global.
I love it too, because we get to draw with all sorts of cool people from all over the place.
Yeah, that's what's so neat.
And I'm gonna fill in this whole thing. I get scared to do the paint bucket because in both sessions last time I filled in, I accidentally filled in the entire screen.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did, and everyone was like, "Oh gosh!" It's like,
Did you- So obviously you were able to save it.
oh yeah, you can just like click
Go
Control Z
backward.
and turn it back or whatever. But I was like, okay, make sure we can block people and kick people out if anybody does that. And I'm over here. I did it twice.
You're the one doing it.
It was me.
Carlos's
I was like, kick
creature
me
will
out.
Carlos's creature will scare you in the middle of your dreams if you do that.
I know. I'm gonna try really hard not to. So I'm not even. I haven't even touched the paint bucket this session.
Yeah.
So no worries. It's just gonna take me longer to draw this ground. Fear not. It will not ruin our art. Last time we had somebody come in and just do the whole background the last session. They just stayed on and kept drawing. I was like, oh, thank
Oh
goodness.
yeah, I know that one was very cool.
Need.
When did you
Just-
get the on? How long were you guys on for last night?
I had to go at 5:45. It started at 5, but I think the other folks probably stayed on for at least another 30 or 40 minutes, is what it sounded like. So, you could do this as long as you want, right?
This is fun.
It's relaxing. I mean,
Okay, we're gonna go for
mine's
a try.
messy, but it's still relaxing.
Oh,
There
darn.
you go.
What happened? You and that paint bucket. Oh, you see, wait, go do it again.
Wait, okay.
You see all your, ooh, kind of looks cool.
I kind of like it. All right, well, maybe we'll live with it. I'll have to, maybe I can do something with this character.
Maybe darker though, color. Carlos,
Yeah.
yours? Oh yeah, and then you see. We almost should have started with that.
No, I didn't think about that. Well, and I can move my layer around, I'm sure. Oh, maybe, here, wait. Let me get on this layer. Get on that layer. I can do this. I'm an artist. Yes.
Not laughing at you. Oh, wait, what was? Oh, I see where I used bad brushes though. Oh, I don't like it now
Oh, I'm
because I see
sorry.
all my mistakes.
Yeah, I see mine too.
No, go back.
No, no, wait, you said you liked it.
Ah,
Okay, fine. Here, I'm going to create another layer and then it'll be in the very back and then we can do whatever we want.
yeah, now I see all the bad brush stuff I did. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, well,
I'm gonna-
better fix it. Oh dear goodness. What on
I
earth?
like a darker color, no?
In the background. No, we can try. because he's not colored in yet. I was like, why is it like that?
Oh, it really shows your mess ups. Oh, I like it though. And I hate it. It's a love hate.
Well, it's a collaborative art, so you can, I think you might be able to come in here and you know, change I think you can own layers. I think I made that so that anyone can own layers. So you can always come in and just ruin my background. I don't care. Won't hurt my feelings.
I'll just ruin my stuff.
I think I'm gonna try and take over this four-headed monster guy for a second, and maybe I'll drag this layer up there. Maybe not.
Do you guys watch horror movies?
Yes.
What's your guys' favorites?
I still like some of the classic, like Damien and all that stuff.
Damien's a good one.
Right. The Omen. That's it. The Omen. Like that was just, that's kind of like, it wasn't a lot of special effects, but like rocked you to the core because it, that like, I don't know, I believe in stuff like that. So that's scary.
Yeah. For sure.
The Exorcist. I mean, how do you not like The Exorcist?
It's true. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, I remember my dad was watching The Exorcist.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, yeah, come over and watch it. And I was like, all right. Didn't realize how that would ruin my nighttime, like, for a long time.
Right.
I was like, what the heck?
I remember seeing some kind of like, back when I was a kid, some old English Dracula movie where they were climbing some tower and they found Dracula sleeping and then his eyes glowed over his head. And I swear to God, I felt like Dracula was coming to get me for like years under my bed. So scared.
That's why I don't watch that. Oh, I think he popped out for a second.
Oh, and then I'm not a big clown person. Like Poltergeist and that clown and that tree and the clown. I can watch scary stuff now, but that was so scary.
I always wonder why people were afraid of clowns. I never understood that. And it's like, people really are afraid of clowns. I was like, wow.
Well, I just don't, for me, it's that, all right, so they're covering their face and you can't tell their true emotion, whether they're like really sweet because they're like, oh yeah, come and get like candy and watch me, joke around, but really I just want to kill you. So like, I don't trust them. I fell off a bleacher because the clowns came once when I was a kid and I like fell and tripped and hurt my knee and because the clowns came out. Like they're scary. You honestly don't. And then you hear, I don't know, like I guess in the 50s, there were, clowns were big and sweet things.
Not for you, huh? You're like, no way, I know better.
My grandma, yeah, they're scary. Just not, I mean, they're cool, but they seem sad. They're supposed to make you laugh, but they seem sad to me.
What about like rodeo clowns? They don't seem so sad.
That's true. That's a good point. I never heard of somebody mention
rodeo clown. Well, you grew up in the South.
Yeah. Well, I didn't go to a rodeo until I moved to Arizona, so.
No. Well, they're also, I guess, yeah, they're saving the life of the rodeo guy.
Mm-hmm. Well, and they're just out there. They're just, clowning around. I saw a really good rodeo clown in Cedar City in Utah. And, he looks like Yosemite Sam from, the Looney Tunes or whatever. Mm-hmm. And the entire time, like, he just looks like he's just in this, like, big goofy hat. And he's got, like, a, big pantsuit or whatever. And, and you just, like, are thinking he's, like, some big goofy dude. And then he's like, yeah, and then the main act, we're going to bring out, the guy, and he's going to ride the dirt bikes and do all the crazy stunts and stuff like that. And we were like, yeah. And then he's like, has the dirt bike rider come out, and he's like messing around with the bike, and the dirt bike guy is like showing him how to ride it, and he's like, oh, interesting, I'll try it, and he like accidentally like it takes off with the rodeo clown, and everybody's like, oh no.
Yeah.
And then it turns out that the rodeo clown is the awesome dirt bike guy. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
he like in his clown suit like jumps over like not a train but like a giant bus and like all this other stuff. I was like, okay,
That's cool.
these guys know what they're doing, these rodeo clown people.
Yeah. But they're supposed to, if a rider falls off, I mean, I guess I'm not afraid of those guys. If a rider falls off, they're supposed to distract
Right.
bull or the whatever, not to get hurt.
Yeah, and that can make a difference. It is always fun. I love watching the little kids when they do the like little kid chase the like sheep or whatever. I don't know if y'all have been to rodeo or whatever, but they make the little kids chase the sheep.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they're like, okay, the little and they like, get money or whatever, or they have to like take the money off of like a cow or whatever. It's really funny.
Oh, that's cute.
Big guy, look at him. I think Casey will be proud of us. It always, whenever we start these, I'm always like, what on earth are we going to do here? Like, how is this going to turn into something? And then, halfway through, I'm like, okay, I see where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
I see the direction. Didn't see it at first. Now I see it.
You guys see people actually getting into it, like to the point where they're just like someone start doing the opposite and do their own thing, or do you feel like people stay in theme?
I think it depends. I think it depends. I could see somebody going really haywire, but I think at least the people for this contest, they're just seem really nice and want to do something fun, and I could see somebody being weird and doing something off topic, but not that it's weird, but everybody's in the Halloween spirit. Why would you?
Yeah.
Oh, so fun. Thanks for joining us, Siren Art. We like you. Thank you.
I need to put more blood in there. Or whatever. Red. Oh, the little raccoon is so cute.
I know, I love it on its little hat.
Are they still here?
They're leaving.
Mhm.
So I just asked that they would send us their Instagram handle, so when we post this, we can tag them in it.
Yeah, exactly.
For art too. That's the cool thing,
Yes.
Mm.
Feel free to fix those rocks or anything like that.
Feel free to fix the rocks. I got a rock. That's from like Charlie Brown. What'd you get? I got a rock.
Oh, a rock. On Christmas?
Yeah.
Christmas episode?
Or the Halloween special.
Oh, yeah. The Great Pumpkin. I love that one. That's a good Halloween movie.
Yeah.
I like those kind of movies. I'm like a happy movie kind of person. Which my boyfriend hates. I feel sorry for him. I'm like, can we watch the cute Disney movies? Thank you. He gets stuck with all my Disney movies. I guess I shouldn't say stuck with. He likes them too. I feel like, what are we gonna name all these characters? I feel like they need names.
Hmm.
I think we got like a solid candidate for a Bob down here with the 4 heads. Although he maybe could have 4 different names.
Ooh, what's that? That me?
Spooky.
Ink.
Clouds, perhaps?
This is definitely the more ominous one.
This one's spooky for sure. The other ones were
Ooh, look at that, Carlos. That's insanely cool. Like, it's so.
the other cool thing I think about drawing with this many people is like I've learned a lot. Like I've never understood how to do shading or art or, you know, blend colors together, and I learned a lot watching Kristen, and I'm learning a lot about like how to make clouds and like little bats and things, and just by watching what other people are doing.
Yeah.
So I think that's, you know, it's rare to get to do something like this and be like, hey, check it out, see what you think, and try it.
That's true.
Exactly.
I bet this would be a good use for like reviewing material with, you know, coworkers or whatever, because you could just be like, hey, draw like a squiggly arm over there, or like maybe a little bit more this color, or hey, what do you think about, because you can copy and paste stuff from anywhere, a PSD file or a JPEG or whatever, straight into this.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, you know, you could drop in like some art that you were doing in Photoshop or whatever and be like, hey, could you tell me about this? And I think actually, now that I think you can do that in the Creative Cloud now too, because I just watched that in the Adobe Max. Thing is, you can add like collaborators. So.
Oh yeah, we do that with some of the files in Adobe.
You know, like in another realm, you wanted to. I'm just gonna color these guys.
Look at those clouds. Those are so cool. I'm not worthy.
We're not worthy.
Not worthy.
Not true, Hannah. You've drawn a wonderful squid with vampire teeth.
Yeah.
It's like trying. I got something in there.
I love his bandana too. His bandana's so awesome.
The pirate squid. Arr.
The pirate squid thing. It's like, all right. So fun. I want that little, you gotta like backlight that little raccoon or something.
Yeah, we'll hop in there. I think you can take over.
I don't know how to do that.
You're now allowed to. So if you go into the layers section, Hannah, and you
Right.
find
The layers section.
it's down bottom right.
It shows opacity. Oh, no, I only have, oh, I see it.
And you can add a new layer with that little, it looks like a page and it's got a little tab next to it. You can add a new layer, and I don't know where it'll show up for you. For mine, it showed up at the bottom, but it might show up next to your other layers, and you can just hold it and drag it around, and maybe drag it so you can go underneath.
Ooh, that's just, I'll ruin it. I don't want to.
Well, no, that's why you created another layer. You could drag it and go underneath.
Oh, look, did I just do that scribble? Trying to do, nope. What did I do?
Might kick you out. You might.
Did I do all that white scribble?
No, you might have just turned off a layer or something like that.
Oh, Yeah, I'm not messing with those layers.
Oh, I love the ghosts coming out. That's
I
sweet.
know, it's so cool. Carlos is leaving.
Me?
Oh, is that?
I
I
think
was
he's-
saying goodnight to Siren.
She was just chatting with us in here, or not in here, but
That is so, I love those green. This is so cool.
I really dig this. a
Make
lot.
like spiders or something on the floor.
all right, John, you got it. We need your help. We can't do this all alone.
Yep.
It would take too long.
It's a lot of work.
Carlos is like, welcome to my life.
Creating some.
Yeah, that four-headed character is so fun.
I love him.
Yeah.
I'm like, how did you even come up with that? You know?
His expression on the green face one is really funny.
Really love them. I'm gonna try to figure out how to blend these. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, I can blend together.
Carlos, make a few of those clouds over to the left on top of my guy or something.
Right.
Help
You want me to
us.
add him?
Yeah, I need some clouds. Yeah, I like that. Get in there.
It's like a little ink cloud, like he's like inking.
Even if I wanted to do that, I couldn't.
You could. You just
I
need
mean,
a softer brush.
like him.
School 2:30.
I just scared my kids.
Oh really?
What's wrong with you?
On the video.
What'd you do? Did you just pop out and scare him?
No, I'm sitting in the corner over here in the dark.
Oh.
As it starts getting darker and darker, and they walked in and they see me with this weird hat on and this dark corner. Like, my son walks in. Oh,
You're like,
see,
happy
I like
Halloween.
hearing him. Oh. I'm usually in my office.
That's amazing. Oops. Oh, I forgot my.
Mine reminds me of Microsoft Paint.
You do what in Microsoft Paint? Sorry.
No, my painting reminds me of Microsoft Paint back in the days, like when we were in like kids, right? So just acquainting with the Microsoft Paints and doing some basic stuff over there, and you just paint,
cool.
put paint, and it takes all the screen, all those things.
Yeah, the first time I did this, it reminded me. I don't know if any of y'all use Kid Pics, but I remembered Kid Pics from like when I was a kid. And that was what we used to draw and collaborate and whatever when we were little kids. So
That's cool. I don't think I had any of this stuff going on. That's why I appreciate it now, because I think it's like super cool that people have access to this stuff. Because people be creative when they don't feel creative, they can just like come here, like we were saying earlier, like just kind of zen out on this stuff and just do whatever and just feel loose and get into it. Super fun.
yeah, right? Yeah, you can. It's like I don't know. This is super meditative for me to just, especially for me because I just want to color it in. I don't I just need coloring book. That's the extent of what I need, And maybe that's a good thing to note too, I guess, is like maybe there's other people like me who'd like to join and like draw, but maybe would prefer to just color. And so maybe for some of them we could do prompts.
Yeah, that'd be good. Because like, you're right. Some people, they just want to collaborate with the artists. You know what I mean? Maybe they don't feel strong enough to draw, but I think an artist can just get down, draw a bunch of cool stuff, and then everybody else can just start filling in, adding fun colors, fun texture to it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that would make me feel better. Because I'm like, oh, I can draw the background barely. I can fill it in with the color. I can choose that color. And that's what I mean. That's what I told other people in other sessions too. I was like, just fill in my little guy, make him look more real because I don't know what to do there. Like, help me. It'd be fun too to do one where like, you can only like you're like everybody gets like 5 colors or something, and you like or maybe not 5 but like 10 colors or something, and so you like put the little color splotches. So all you can do is eyedropper, and like you have to like use those colors to make something. I don't know. Maybe it's
That's
a weird
cool.
concept, but I don't know. It could be interesting.
Yeah, like a limited palette. I think it's cool.
Oh yeah.
Unless you have any advice for beginners, like how to start with digital art, especially coming from the background of traditional art.
I think getting into your fundamentals is important. I think up front, drawing a lot of that, even though it's boring, it's important to know it because you know understanding basic shapes. It's starting off with the basic shapes, understanding how to master them uh, in different forms of like in space. For example, like if you're going to draw a square, make it into a cube. You know what I mean, and then turn the cube in many ways. Or if you have a circle, make it a sphere. You know what I mean. Start really playing with values. Start playing with how light reflects on different areas. Simple things like that that can really help you kind of build a character or whatever it is that you want to draw. It helps you to understand how to design from a basic primitive shape, and because everything we see in life, everything from our tablets being rectangular. I mean, you name it. Every button on our keyboards are square. So everything has and starts with a primitive shape, and I think we all take that for granted when we draw, and so we don't really think about how important understanding the basics, because we all just want to jump into the cool details and make it look cool. But it's important to always know the fundamentals and understanding your shape so that you can mix and match. It's almost like you're a chef in the kitchen, right? And you have all these cool ingredients.
Yeah.
You have square, you have triangle, you have circle, and these are your ingredients. And how do you mix and match them to make something really delicious? You know what I mean? And so I think that's the key thing, is understanding how to mix your ingredients to make something really good. So I think that's the basic. I always go to food when it comes to analogies, but it's basically like being in the kitchen and understanding how to cook. I had a friend of mine. We talked about this too, and we basically talked about how it is very much like being a chef. You really want to make sure that you understand how much heat to put into something, whether it's the temperature in your values, like for example, like the temperature in your shadows versus your lights, like all that stuff is very important. And it's a balancing act between things. So understanding primitives and understanding your basic fundamentals is probably the key importance of drawing. Again, drawing cool stuff is always fun, but that'll come with time, and so I would always encourage people to take traditional um, you know fundamental classes. Like life drawing is super important, not necessarily always just doing anatomy, but understanding forms, like again, just like life drawing stuff, like stuff that you see in your everyday house. It's good to understand perspective from those type of studies. So yeah, it takes a lot of practice, and I think once you understand it and you cross over, I've always said it's kind of like Neo in the Matrix, where when you're in the Matrix, like you cannot unsee it anymore. Like you'll know that you're in there, and everything's gonna make sense once you cross over and understand the fundamentals. So I think it's important. I think I'm a big believer in that. Fundamentals is like hands down the best teacher. Life is the best teacher, as some friends of mine always say. Is like life is the best teacher. It's like there's no way around it. There's no cheating life. You know what I mean? A human looks like a human. You know what I mean? A bird looks like a bird. You know what I mean? And so you can't cheat that. if you draw a fox and you make it look like a cat, people will know it's a cat. You know what I mean? Because you can't cheat that. It is what it is. It is what the design is. So that's why it's important to stick to that. So sorry, I know that's a long-winded answer, but
Yeah, that's great
it's kind
suggestions though.
Yeah, great analogy to like Neo in the Matrix and all. Yeah, it was quite a good explanation.
yeah, it's just like I said, when there was a time where I wanted to go to Blizzard Studios and I wanted to go work there so bad. And I knew that my skills were not to that level. And I had to basically just, really sharpen what I needed. So what I did was I drew an orc very, 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 very detailed. And what ended up happening was that I realized that I didn't know anatomy. I didn't know facial structure, how to put a expression on a character. I didn't. Everything was flat. My values were all over the place, and that's me going hard, like super, like this is the best I could do. And it made me realize that I didn't know how to draw as I thought I did, and I was already I was already a professional artist. I didn't really, I was already in the industry doing toys, and so I never really thought about this side of the world where everything was conceptual art. I didn't really follow that art structure. So then what I did is I said, okay, if I'm gonna go to Blizzard, it took me literally 4 years to get to a level where I actually got interviewed at Blizzard, and it was, I mean, it was a cool a cool experience to be sitting in a room full of the guys who created the game that I wanted to work on. And it was cool that I got to meet guys there. They gave me some feedback, but to be in that room, to be in that area, was to me was mission accomplished out of those 4 years of hard work because I didn't give up on my fundamentals. So yeah, so that's the key thing is just keep striving for what you want to do and keep your mind focused on your goals and make sure that you also don't listen to too many people because my mistake was I listened to too many people at once and they all gave me all kinds of advice that all contradicted each other because you kind of come to find out that there's so many ways to the top of the mountain and everybody's going to give you their opinions on how to get there. So just find whatever's comfortable for you in your studies. Find what's interesting for you when you're creating art. Make it fun. Don't make it a chore. Don't make it anything that's a burden to you just because you want to get there. Make it fun. Your journey should be fun all the way across. And again, working with the right people to encourage you in that journey will always make it a more fun and productive experience in the process of learning. Whether it's fundamentals or career moves or whatever. So I always encourage that. Just stick to people who are going to inspire and be honest. You know what I mean? Don't surround yourself with people who are negative and don't have the same visions you have. You know what I mean? If you're hungry, you stay hungry, and you try not to be around people who are are full of themselves. You know what I mean? And so you want to stay focused on your journey. So yeah, I encourage you, man. Just keep drawing. It's really what it comes down to. Just draw and draw. And it could take you 3 years. It could take you 2 years. It took me 4 years to get to where I wanted to be. To where I started illustrating really good. I started feeling confident about my work, and it just again it was all because of my fundamentals, and that's the key. The key to everything is learning your fundamentals. Hope that answers your question.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like a lot of things were cleared. Like, so whatever you covered all the points what I wanted to ask. So, like most of my questions are answered.
Good.
Thanks, man. Like,
yeah, if you ever have questions or whatever, you can find me on Instagram, and you can always send me a DM and just ask me whatever. I'm always open to helping whatever. Yes, so it's always fun to talk to people who are hungry. It's always interesting to see where their journey's going. If you're stalled in an area where you can't get any better, or you feel like you've hit a wall, creativity, you want to make sure you again ask the right people and in the right settings. Some people are too busy and might not be able to answer you. But yeah, I mean, if it's a question, I mean, I'm always open. I've always been open to anyone on Instagram, anybody on, on any social platform that has a question. I've always been pretty good, I think, of responding pretty quickly. Um, so yeah, if you ever have questions, just hit me up. My Instagram is Carlos3Art, and yeah,
Sure,
just
sure,
come
sure.
by.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm already following you. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
I'll
cool.
hit you up with questions.
Right on.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome, man.
That's so inspirational, Carlos. I love hearing, your story and how you got where you are, and just kind of like I mean, it's hard. I like what you're saying too. Like, you got to stay hungry and be around people who feel hungry and who feel that like drive to do better. Because you get surrounded with people who aren't, and then you
Yeah.
just lose your way.
Yeah. And it's easy to start asking because you want approvals. You want people to be like, "Whoa, your art is awesome," but then some people might just look at your art and just critique it just to be a critic.
Right.
They
Because
won't
they're
critique.
jealous or whatever their motive is.
Yeah, they're not doing their part to create anything. So what they do is they just feel like putting your work down is their way to contribute, and then they hide it in a way where it's like it's just their thoughts and opinions, but in reality they're not contributing to anything productive for you to grow. And those are the people you want to stay away from because that's very toxic. It's very discouraging. And not that I know all artists are very sensitive to critiques. Everybody, everybody's is falls under that trap where everybody feels like it. But when you have a good like a good circle around yourself, like if you circle yourself or surround yourself with artists that are contributors to your journey, people that are going to hand you water and they're going to hand you something to keep your journey moving. Water is refreshing, which means like you want to make sure that what they give you is refreshing for your journey so you can keep going. You don't want people to give you something that's going to be toxic, that's going to stop or hinder your walk in your journey. You know what I mean? And that could be toxic criticism. It could just be total jealousy. It could be a lot of different things. And that's why you got to maintain your perspective clear. You got to keep your path clear. I was told before that I'm not a Blizzard artist. They were telling me that my style isn't meant for that genre. I just do 2D graphics, and yeah, it took me 4 years. But when I went to Blizzard to interview and stuff and to talk to the team there, like I took pictures there. People really believed that I was working at Blizzard. They thought that I went to Blizzard because I was there so much, and they actually believed it. And it was because the art followed the journey. You know what I mean? And so the art backed up what was happening in that moment. And so if I was just there and I wasn't drawing like that, people would not believe that I was there because it made no sense. But because my art transformed into the environment that I wanted to be a part of, and then when I made it to that environment, it all made perfect sense because they're like, okay, his style looks like Blizzard. He's at Blizzard. He must be at Blizzard. So but it was weird because I obviously had to say I'm not there. I'm just here to visit or I'm here for other reasons. But it was something, like I said, I felt that was validation enough for me I made it to a successful journey. So now my art will never be the same. I will always be, I could walk into a room and feel confident again. I felt like I could literally tell whoever said to me that I cannot be a Blizzard artist or I'm not that style or whatever the reason is, I can literally just smile at that and be like, no, 4 years, it took me 4 years, yes. But 4 years is nothing compared to where my life is going now, because now all that hard work for 4 years, now I work at one of the funnest places ever, designing monsters, weapons, creatures, and you know what I mean. And it's not in a video game, but it's in someone's home. It's in someone's Halloween haunt. It's in, you know what I mean. It's somewhere that brings some type of excitement or creepiness to someone's world, or some experience for somebody. So I still get to influence that way with my work. So, it wouldn't have been possible if I didn't take that journey to that studio. You know what I mean? And so I think that's the thing is, always know where you want to go. And I always tell people too, is like, if you really want to take a journey to a path that you want to grow in and you want to be a part of a studio, stick to a studio. Put a studio as your goal. Doesn't matter if you end up there. It's just a goal. And once you work hard enough to get to a place where that studio will probably hire you or you match that level of quality in your art, then that's success. That's success because you reached a certain level that you weren't at before you took the journey. So that's what I always say. And then you, again, if you say, I want to go work at Pixar, well, then you know what? You don't have the style for Pixar, then create the style that Pixar would want. Build a portfolio that Pixar is going to want to see. And that way, when even if you go or you don't go to to Pixar, at least your work is that quality. And you can go to Disney, you can go to Warner Brothers, you can go to Sony, you can go anywhere, and they'll be like, wow, this guy probably worked for Pixar. His work is just that amazing. And again, it's not always the case, but I mean, it does level your work up to where you are able to be a lot more successful when you look for other jobs. You'll be probably turning down jobs. You know what I mean? Because people are going to want to work with you because of your style. So, yeah, man, that's pretty much it.
Nicely put, man. Thanks.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I don't know about you all. We've got another Halloween draw jam with Casey Robin starting at 4:30. So
Awesome.
I think I'm gonna get ready for that one. Y'all are welcome to keep drawing and add on as much as you want. You have access to this. But if there's anything else any questions that anyone has or any more amazing wisdom that you want to share, Carlos, before we get out of here?
I just, like I said, I just encourage everybody to just keep joining these type of platforms, these type of events. This is how you build community, and I think you guys are doing a phenomenal job at it. And I appreciate you guys allowing me to be a part of this. It's so much fun. Thanks for everybody that joined in, and those that will watch this later. I hope you guys can participate in these as you guys keep putting them out. I'm excited. So I'm look forward to joining you guys at in a future day too. So thank you.
Yeah, Carlos, you've been amazing, and everybody on this this is just so fun. So thank you, and thanks for sharing your work and definitely your wisdom. I think a lot of people starting out really value that. So this has been wonderful.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Thanks for your time, and I had a blast. And do you guys mind if I post on my social media?
Yeah, take it, post it on social media. I don't have everyone's Instagram. I think Siren Art messaged hers into the chat. So if we want to tag everybody, I think I remember I got Casey's somewhere, so I can email that to you, Carlos. Maybe I'll put it up. But yeah,
I just drop mine.
Yeah, put yours in the chat so that we can. Yep. Yeah. Perfect. Let me see if I can dig Casey's out of there while we're all here in the same. Oh, all right. It's fine. My computer doesn't want to do that. Well, I'll text it to you or whatever, Carlos, and so we can share it and tag everybody. Yeah. Thanks everyone who came and watched, and thanks Carlos and Hannah and Vishwas and Siren Art wherever you went. Hope you're having a wonderful night in Spain, and yeah, thanks for joining, y'all.
Awesome. Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Happy Halloween, guys.
Bye, guys. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Bye. Yeah. Bye.
I don't want to stop drawing.
And my computer's crashing.
All right, good plug in. Bye, love.
Okay,
Good
bye.
job.
Okay, computer.